Right, so this subject might be a bit nerdy, and I'll apologise if I waffle on a little bit. There isn't really a conclusion, so there's no point skipping. You can just ignore it altogether if you like. But what it's about is sharpeners. Now, using a stone is all very well and great. Takes a lot of practice. I have stones. I practice with them. Something like this gives me a better edge than my stones do. Something like this weighs a lot. This thing here with a blade in it it's kilos, right? It's not like a stone that you can carry around. This one too is a lot of weight. There's also kilos in this, right? And that's part of the beauty of this. It's stable. You can of course clamp it down to a table to make it even more stable. But these things are big, heavy, stable, and they don't move very much. Now, there's a lot of different models out there. People make them all over the place. The Ukrainians make them, the Chinese make them, the Americans make them, the Polish make them. Everyone makes them. The people who, in my opinion, make the best ones are the Russians, and they make several different models. The best one I have seen and can't for the life of me get hold of is something called a Grid Viva. It's just the ingenious ideas that have gone into that one beyond compare. Another company that makes really good ones is one called LXP Mechanics. They make two models. One is called the MS25 and the other one is called the S22. And then of course there's Tsprof. That's the one that I've used. I've used American Wicked Edges before as well. I've used the New Zealand system, used Lenskis. I've got a cold, so I'm going to cough a little bit. What makes this system so good is two things. Well, one is the stability, and two is the repeatability. Now, with this system in particular, the k03, I've done hundreds of knives with this. That's not an exaggeration. It's built like a Kalashnikov. It will do hundreds more if I wanted it to. How it works is you put your knife blade in here. You've got different things you can clamp to it. You can use these ones. This is called the k03. There's also a k02, a k01, and now the K4. So the blade goes in here, or different clamps. These clamps can also go in here. Once it's clamped into place, you set the angle you want it to be at. Now it's got a rough guide here, but I kind of just ignore that and use a digital angle finder. So I put that on here, I zero it. Once it's zeroed, I then put it on the blade, make sure the blade is the right angle that I want to sharpen at, and then away I go. Now once I've done one side, I flip it, and I know that this is set to the right angle on the other side. I can test it, but I find the accuracy of this thing is unsurpassed. The other thing it's got is it's adjustable. So if I want a light blade, easy to flip, I can turn it one way. If I want heavy blade, like these, and I don't want to flip, I can turn it the other way to reduce or increase the tension on this. Brilliant system. Why did I get this one? Nothing wrong with this one, still works great. This one I think is probably maybe the discounting the Grid Viva because you can't get it. It's probably the second best sharpener you can buy. I think the Wicked Edge Professional version 4 is probably the third best. I have issues with it. I don't like the way when I sharpen I can't get the very heel of the blade for some reason. It just, I mean it's great, it's double-handed, it works well. You've got to buy their stones, proprietary. These ones you can buy any stones you like. I just don't like, and I've done different types of strokes. I can never just get the very end of the knife sharp. Maybe it's me, whatever. It's not the machine for me, so I got rid of that. The LXP Mechanic S25, that's probably equivalent to that. It's really good Russian machine. What I don't like about it is that you need to adjust everything with screws. The LXP S22 is probably the second best machine out there. I think that's really good. It's made to a much higher standard than the 25. And again, well, it's got some tricks up its sleeve. It can adjust to different angles and things like that. Like the whole body of the machine can move and adjust and tweak to different settings to work with different blades. I think its weakness again is that everything has to be adjusted with screws. This, the K4, is the bee's knees as far as I'm concerned. Why? Well, it's even more accurate than this one here. This one's got a big spring in it. I don't know what this one is. I haven't been brave enough to pull it apart. It's black anodized. Does that make a difference? Maybe. They say that it stops the dust from scratching it. This hasn't really scratched up, but it is certainly showing its age and wear. What I like about this in particular though is that there's nothing in this that needs a screw. It probably is somewhere if you're doing things which I'm not doing, but if you're just using it and adjusting it, the clamps are all just toolless. So toolless clamps. Put that over there. Take the blade out. So toolless clamping, very handy. Oh my god, that's sharp now. By the way, this is a Kailash Tsprof pensioner. Had a few chips because I was using it a bit harsh, and so I've been trying to work the chips out. There's one sort of in the middle, just there, and there's another one right on the edge. Okay, got that one out. The one in the middle is still there. I was a bit harsh with it. Brilliant cookery. If you want one, Kailash blades I think make better cookeries than anyone else. So back to this. So it's toolless. So everything doesn't need tools. It doesn't need screwdrivers. These ones, this one does. The clamps need screwdrivers. A lot of it is adjustable now. In fact, I put these clamps on this for a wee while. Much easier to use. But this one, just brilliant. Adjusting the height as well as adjusting to big angles. It's got a micro adjust, so you can adjust and get just the most precise angle you can imagine. Just the level of accuracy of that is unsurpassed. The rod itself is bigger. That's a 6mm rod. This is an 8mm rod, so it gives you a little bit more stability, more T needed. What I've done for this, and which I will do for this as well at some point, is this has a convex adapter, goes in there, doesn't fit this one, and this one is a slight height adjuster, goes in there. Don't need it for this because it's got a bigger range. Just the myriad of accuracy, and the turning mechanism on this, adjustable by this knob at the back. You can make it fairly easy, like this one. It's also capable of being locked out to the point where I think they said 30 pounds of force, so you need a ridiculous amount of force to close it. Not going to force it. The other thing with this one is that you can take the bar off. I'm not sure if that just unscrews or if that actually needs a screw because I haven't tried it yet. You can take this bar off and do things with your blade while it's still in the right position. locks in shape, put it straight back, you haven't changed the position. The other thing it's got is digital angle finder built in. So when you're trying to adjust your angle, push the button, tells you that that is 15.8, 10.1, 20, whatever you want, and then you can just adjust that to what angle you need, and it's got a big range, ridiculous range, until you lock into place. Rechargeable. It's telling me the battery's a bit low. I've been doing quite a few knives with this. Does it give me better results than this? No, not really. The K03 is still superb. This has just got a few bells and whistles that one doesn't have. It clamps better. It also comes with this. This is the box. That one came in a wooden box. A wooden box from Russia. Hey, what's going on? This one comes in this plastic box. Is it plastic? I don't know what it is. But it's got, it's heavy. What it's got in it is the setup to transport the whole system. Why is that important? Well, quite a few times I've gone around to friends' houses and they're saying, oh, can you look after our knives while we're here? And so if I'm popping over there, I've got to try and pack this thing down and take it with me in a wooden box. It's not that hard, but it is a slight hassle. This one here, probably drop a tank on that. That one there, everything packs away nicely. I can take it to where I'm going, set it up, sharpen. So also comes with, well, I opted to buy a nice little case so I can keep my stones in there. This also fits in there nicely. So yeah, it won't do much more that will do. That will do everything. This will do the same things, just a little bit nicer. I don't need to dig out screwdrivers. I can just adjust everything with my fingers. I don't need to find the angle finder. It's got one built in. I don't need to worry about the amount of weight I'm putting on this because it goes up to 15 kilos. I don't have a knife that's 15 kilos. Even my big machetes, it's probably less than a kilo. So this is a nicer system. It's a more expensive system. Is it worth it? It is to me. I sharpen knives for other people as well as myself, and I admit I'm a sharpening nerd. An Aquan file or whatever you want to call it. I like sharp things and I like making them sharp, and I admit working on a stone sometimes is quite nice, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This though takes me away to a different place. I really like it. That would have served me perfectly well, probably for another 10 years. I've had it for about 6 or 7 and it's never had an issue. So I can't remember how old it is, definitely at least 6 years. And I originally would go for another 6, would probably go for 60. It's just built like a tank. This one is even better. Yeah. So who's this for? Nerds who like sharpening like me. I admit it, I'm a sharpening nerd. Professional sharpeners who want to do it by an angle guide as opposed to like an electronic system. I do them by mail order. People come and drop them to me and I send them back a few days later. If you're prepared to wait and want a really good edge, then this is sort of system you can get yourself, or you can get me to do, or another person who's got one. If you want it sharp, fast and quick, there are systems that do that. I I've got one, a little one, that I use for my chisels. Water cooled stone. It's electronic. It's good. It's great for chisels. It's good for planer blades. It's okay for an axe. I don't think it's good for knives. I've tried again and again and again. I just can't get an edge on the blade like I can get on this. I mean, this was an edge I've got on that. This thing here, which I keep promising to finish, I haven't yet. That's got an edge done on that one, in fact. Yeah, you can see that. It's just, you know, if you want a sharp edge, then this is the way you go. Finish that. So this would work just as well. It's probably overkill for a lot of people. There's smaller versions. Tsprof do some smaller versions now. I think Cadet and Pioneer and things like that. Little wee smaller systems which will work on all your pocket knives, probably work on your chef knives too. If you just do occasional sharpening, go down that line. If you do a lot of sharpening, go up to this line. If you're nutty about sharpening, go up to this one. Like I said, there's also the LXP Mechanics. There's the S25, which is the cheaper version, the MS25, sorry. There's the S22, which is damn near probably better than that. I don't think it's as good as this. I haven't used it, but I've seen it in action. Everything that makes this into a package is what makes the whole thing brilliant. Then on top of that, you've got Wicked Edge. The system is good. Like I said, I had trouble with the heel of the knives. Not every knife, but if the knife had a proper ricasso built up heel, I just couldn't get her in there where I wanted to get into. But it's a good system, the Wicked Edge. I don't like the fact that the stone's proprietary. This one, you can buy any different sorts of stones, which makes it more interesting to me. And for me personally, I find the Atoma one's really good. I'm interested in trying out, these guys have made some stones recently. I've used these in the past, I wasn't impressed. They've got new ones, Alpha stones, I'm thinking about getting those. You can also get a convex attachment, which I'm going to get. And then there's something called an L adapter, which changes how these position. So there are a few more things I need to get to make my system complete. All those things I'm thinking about getting also fit into that, so there'll be nothing superfluous left over, which is nice as well. So yeah, sharpeners. This thing, it was a pretty penny, I admit, but worth it. That one there is now superfluous. I'm going to sell it, and just keep this. And then, like I said, I use the other system, the Toolmech, for chisels and things like that. I also use it for gross removing sometimes on knives, so I use that to get a big chunk out of the way if I don't want to use a belt sander, and then go to this to finish it off. Yeah, so do I recommend these? For most people, no. For edge nerds, absolutely. Again, most people, the k03, they still make and sell that. Probably not for everyone. Very good. Just for most people, it'll be overkill, as is this. And then the lower systems, I haven't tried them, but I've seen them. They look really good, very handy. For me though, this is the bee's knees, and if Grid Viva ever get back up and running, I'm interested in these. I'm interested in these because, like the LX20 S22, the whole body can move, and it's got a table on the back for doing different sorts of things as well, and it's just really interesting. The clamp's really interesting. The clamp is tooled and toolless. It's got a adjustment you can do with your thumb screw, and then it's also got a fine adjustment you can do with a screwdriver. But yeah, really value the toolless aspect. And one of the reasons I do that is safety. If you're, come around this side again, if you've got a knife here, and you chuck it in there, and you're trying to adjust things with your arms over here to screw everything in, I've never done it, but I could just see myself chop myself with that. This one, same thing, you could easily chop yourself. That's probably the one big disadvantage with this, is that you're working directly toward the towards the blade, but you know, sharpening blades. Oh, the one other thing that LXP has is they've got a much nicer knob. The knobs on these are kind of boring. They're just a round knob. The LXP one is shaped and curved. It looks much more comfortable. Yeah, but there you go. Highly recommended, extremely recommended. Overkill for most people, but fantastic machines.